Hey everybody, welcome back to Comic Crow, and a bit of bad news, but this is realistically, I think they did the right thing here, and I'll explain why. But Alec Baldwin no longer facing 5-year minimum jail sentence as prosecutors downgrade charges in Rust involuntary manslaughter case. Now, originally, I was very heavily against Alec Baldwin. Right, that after the initial shooting, after the last couple years, after everything that's come out recently, I have to say that I'm even more against Alec Baldwin today than I was yesterday or the day before that or the week before that. But as I said at the start of this video, they are technically doing the right thing here, so it gets explained a little bit later on in the article. However, as noted by Baldwin's lawyers in a motion filed on February the 10th, this version of the statute did not take effect until the 18th of May 2022, 7 months after the tragic shooting. Thus, they argue Baldwin should have been charged under the version of the sentencing guidelines that were in effect at the time of the incident, which recommended a minimum jail time of 3 years rather than 5 years. And this is the exact same charge that I guess the armor Halyana Hutchins is facing, which to me, I will say this, between both of them, I think that Halyana Hutchins person is the only one who should get a slap on the wrist here for no other reason than general incompetence does explain what happened in her situation, because they specifically chose to hire a woman who had never worked on a set before, who didn't have any of the qualifications. I mean, gosh, I won't say she didn't have any of the qualifications, but we're talking about like someone who's incredibly green, who has never worked on a set and is in charge of being the armorer for the entire set. So in her situation, I could see general incompetence kind of explaining some of it. But with Alec Baldwin, you're talking about a career actor, an executive producer for the film, the guy who's running the entire set, and someone who has handled multiple firearms throughout his career on set. So between the two of them, I would say, like, for her, yeah, incompetence probably does work there. But for him, it's like, you failed the most basic things, just like she did. But you're the, 60-plus-year-old actor who has been in films since, he was 20 or earlier? Like, how are you the one who points the gun at somebody and fires it? You don't check to see if it's loaded. You don't have the armorer check. You don't have anyone check before they hand you the gun. You just take it, point at someone, and pull the trigger, right? Pull the fucking trigger. So again, this is like sad news in the sense that I really do want to see the book thrown at Alec Baldwin. I want to see this guy go to prison. At first, when this whole thing happened, I don't think I was really there about throwing him into prison and making him suffer, anything of that nature, right? I think as much as it sucks, I think even a slap on the wrist is enough to, wake this guy the fuck up, because I don't think he intended to see this woman die. I think this is a tragic accident brought on by gross negligence from Alec Baldwin. And if I'm being completely honest, I don't think that he is gonna do the exact same thing again, especially after being dragged through all of this. But you can't deny that Alec Baldwin has done everything he can not to take accountability for what he has done here. Right? He has tried to claim that he is the victim. He argued that the prosecutor needed to be dismissed because they're a Republican. The guy is very nasty. Okay, he's very nasty. He blames other people, and now the cope is it's just the evil right-wing MAGA Republican whatevers, and they're the only reason why he is facing criminal charges. Has nothing to do with the fact that he shot someone. And even the family is like, no, he needs to face criminal charges. And he's tried to go on and say, like, oh, well, I talked to the husband and, we had a very good conversation. I'm deeply sorry. It's like, man, well, the husband wants his ass in prison too. So what am I supposed to say here, right? What does any of us say here? It is a little bit of a shorter video. I saw this article, and when I first saw it, my brain was like, oh, fuck that guy. You read a little bit further into it, and you're like, technically that makes sense, but also still fuck that guy. I don't know, guys. What do you think about this small update? I know, very short video, but as far as I'm concerned, Alec Baldwin should go into a prison cell. He should spend at least, at bare minimum, 1 year confined in a prison cell because hopefully that wakes him up. Hopefully that's enough. Because right now, he has refused to ever accept any personal accountability and what he did and how it resulted in someone's life being stripped away from them.